This is Araguaia Valley Map by AraguaiaGames. It's 92.22 megabytes to download, and the description says map with relief based on the region of Vale de Araguaia, which corresponds to three cities that are divided by the Garças River and the Araguaia River. I think I'm saying that right. The map has fields of different sizes and has an industrial area as well as several sell points. And it says have a good game. So let's go and check it out, guys. And here we are. This is where you start off in all three modes. And this is the map. Now, one thing to point out straight away, on the description in the mod hub, it does say the map has fields of different sizes. But there is no fields on here. There is one field here, which obviously you own in new farmer mode. In Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, you don't start off with any land or equipment, but that field still is there. I'll talk about that a little bit later though. But yeah, there's no other fields on here, so it's going to be one of those maps where you need to buy the land, create your own kind of build up like that. So it's probably not going to be for everyone, this map. Like most maps really, someone falls in love with one map and someone else doesn't really like it. That's the way it kind of goes. But anyway, this is the map, and these are the areas that you can buy. Now I'm guessing when they say fields they mean chunks of land, areas that you can buy. I hope you can tell, but some of these areas there are lighter green than say these, so all the light area, green areas, you cannot buy. So I'm clicking on those, cannot buy any of these, like so. Anywhere there's a sell point or production area you cannot buy at all. So it's kind of the darker shades of green, and then a few other bits which I'll point out in a second. In terms of prices, there is some bigger chunks. 938,568 for that area, 941,000 just over. So a little bit expensive, but they are big plots of land. There's a couple of little trees dotted around on most of them. 703 for that. I think the smallest chunk of land is 97,763. It's two forestry areas. This is the largest one, 416,000 just over. And there's another one down there for 319,357. Got a kind of placeable area there, which is quite small, 14,344. We will drive past that later on the map tour. And then right down in this corner we've got this area, which I'm not going to say much about. We'll wait until we get there. That is 15,707 to buy. So yeah, those are the sort of areas you can buy. That plot up there's 80,000, 150, 128, 98, so on and so forth. I think that's pretty much most of the areas that you can buy. It's pretty easy to tell. What isn't easy to tell is some of the tracks on here and some of the roads that you need to drive up to get to certain places. Some you can make out just about on the map, but like down here it all goes through trees. There's this drive up to the sawmill, which we'll see later, is horrendous. So yeah, there is a few overhanging trees and bushes and that in the way, and you can't really see where you're driving sometimes, but we will cover that in a second. I'm in new farmer mode. In new farmer mode we start off with this plot over here that has got a value of 140,849. We do have quite a lot on our farm area actually. So we do have this field like so, like I talked about, that's got corn in it ready to harvest. We've got a farmhouse, we've got sheep, chickens, cows, horses and pig pastures. There is a medium greenhouse, a large greenhouse. We've got a farm silo and a hay loft, which we will talk about as we go round. All of our equipment is up here as well, which is nice. We are actually here, that's where you start off, so not really anywhere near our farm. Got a few production areas like so, and then everything else is kind of spread out, dotted around the map. So we're kind of work our way around, pick the best route. I think I have maybe a little bit of cutting across the grass areas like down the bottom here, which I don't really like to do, but I think it's the quickest way to do it. Right, so that is that. Across up here we've got 20 collectibles on here. I didn't spot any when I was having a little whiz round earlier to get my bearings. I should imagine 20 is going to be fairly hard to find on a map like this. There's our productions. That's the 2 greenhouses we spoke about. Obviously there's no contracts available on here because there's no fields. Even in Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, you're not going to get a contract on that field. I wouldn't have thought anyway. Showing up all the animal pens like so. There's no added in crops or custom crops. Everything else is pretty standard. So that is it really. Very nice view though down here. There is a lot, and I mean a lot, of people walking around on this map. I didn't spot any traffic at all. Whether we will come across some as we go round, I'm not sure. I don't think we are going to though. A lot of the buildings you will spot, they are pretty much all base game buildings, productions. There's nothing added in, there's no mods or anything. When we get up to the farm, we'll go through slot counts and everything like that. I'm just going to run up the top here because there's a sale point and a couple of things to note here, which might as well get out of the way now. So right in front of us, we've got the fast food restaurant sale point, like so. And then over here, we'll go here first, I think. We've got a fuel station. Now, on the map, so we are down here. Obviously, we started here, just run across. There is quite a few things, as you can see, on top of each other. And that is because, obviously, one's showing up the fuel station. We've got 2 electric charging points right on top of each other. And then we've got 2 methane charging points as well. So that's why it looks quite busy on the map down here. We do have a shed over here, and randomly enough we've got a pressure washer which you can use. Obviously we cannot buy this land, so you cannot sell off any of this stuff, the street lights, none of this, so that's kind of going to be eating into your slots a little bit. Not a huge amount, I wouldn't have thought. So that is that to note. What I'm going to do is jump up to the farm. We'll go up to the farmhouse, and then we can kind of sort of go round, work our way round. So let's go through slot counts and everything first, and we'll show you the equipment. In new farmer mode, the slot count is 1022, and we start off with small tractor, Massey Ferguson 5S. Medium tractors, we've got Massey Ferguson 3670, Rossell Mash harvester, 1986 Lizard pickup, Crampé half pipe trailer, small corn header, a Agramash plough, obviously no normal standard header, only the corn one. We've only got a planter, we don't have a seeder. That will seed and fertiliser, and that's only 3 metre wide as well. We've got a front loader and the bucket to go with it, and then we've got a couple of weights. We've got a 2.3 tonne Agco weight and a class 900 kilogram weight. That is it. That is all you start off with in new farmer mode. If you sell off everything I've just showed you, you can get the slot count down to 936, and you can get it down even further because everything on the farm here you can sell off. All the pastures, animal pens, farmhouse, sheds, silo, etc. You can get it right down to 831, which is pretty cool. It does open up this area quite nicely, so you could probably start again if you wanted to. In Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, you don't start off with anything. No land, no equipment. The slot count is 824, and also none of this is here. This is completely empty, this area. So if you wanted to, you could buy this plot in those 2 modes and build your own farm up. It's entirely up to you. Like I said, or did I say, there is no mods on here. We'll come out here. This is our field there, look. Yeah, there's no mods on here at all. The painting is very basic. It's just sort of the standard things we've seen before. We've got animal mud, asphalt, concrete, dirt, forest ground, grass, dry grass, gravel, rock and granite. That is it. I think I've covered all of that. I've said about contracts and things like that, and collectibles. That is it, guys. So I think what we'll do is we'll show you the farmhouse. This is obviously the Oak Belleron farmhouse. Most of you familiar with it. Got a wardrobe trigger just there. I'm guessing it's the game cartridges because it does come up with change out the game cartridge or whatever it says. Got a sleep trigger on the porch as standard. It's all fenced in nicely. You can get rid of these fences. These fences here, there's quite a few of these on the map. You cannot get rid of these at all. Not even these ones around our farm which we own. You can only get rid of this white one, that one over there, and there's a couple more on our farm. So just something to note. We'll grab the pickup, I think, and we will sort of drive around the farm. We'll be a little bit lazy. Probably wouldn't take long to run round. So we'll open these gates. In fact, I probably will run round. Let's not be lazy. That is just silly, isn't it? Right, first up on the left, we've got our horse pasture. Again, it's all standard base game things. So this will hold 5 horses. You do have a gate there if you want to bring them out for a ride. You have to give them water because it is a pasture, and your feed trough is just there. Running around this way, this is our sheep pasture. Again, you're going to need to give them water. This will hold 15 sheep. Your feed trough is just there, and their wool will appear in this area. We've got one of these sheds. We've got the chicken coop pasture just here. Eggs will appear there. This will hold 30 chickens, and your feed trough just there. Like I say, you can sell off all of these things I'm showing you. We've got the cow barn. This will hold 80 cows. That's where you're going to get your milk from. And you can drive through here, and you can put in your feed and your bedding, your straw for them just there. And then out the back, we've got a slurry point where you can collect your slurry from. Now this doesn't have a manure heap put down, so you will need to place one, but there is quite a few spots where you could pick right next to here, round the back. There's plenty of room. So if you want manure, you'll need to place one of those down. Moving on from there, let's go this way. This was the pigs, I think. Yeah, this will hold 30 pigs. Again, just a pasture. Look at all those people. Look. Water trough, feed trough. They're not going to give you any slurry or manure because it's a pasture. Got a shed over here with some of our equipment. And then we've got one of these guys, which is storing all our valuable equipment. More stuff over there. The planter. This is our silo. Again, standard base game one. This is 800,000 litre capacity. Just your standard crop types. It's not a multi-fruit. And then we've got the base game hayloft. That is for hay and straw. 250,000 litre capacity. Tip in just there. And then your pipe out to collect is just there. Obviously it is empty. That is pretty much the farm, guys. Oh, we've got the greenhouses. Almost forgot the greenhouses. Quite a nice little area, actually. We can open the gates. And there you go. You got your large one and then your medium one. Like so. Very nice. So that is the farm. We are going to whiz round. Like I say, we are going to have to do a little bit of backwards and forwards. So we need to go up to the shop. And then we've got to come back on ourselves and down into this area and check out this sell point. I'm hoping I don't need to do any cutting because I think I kind of worked out a route where we should be able to get round without me needing to cut. So as you can see already, it's very overgrown. this track is probably one of the better ones, definitely, because you can see where you're going. A lot of trees overhanging. And then we're into our shop area. This is obviously your reset point back here, so if you buy, lease or reset anything, it's going to appear up here. Well, shop menus just there. I like what they've done here though. We've got our workshop trigger inside this building, which is very nice. And moving on down through here, and like I said, it's very hard to work out your route round. Obviously if you're playing the map quite a lot, you're gonna know your way around. But when I was trying to work out, can we actually drive down this side we're at now from the map, if I show you, because it's very trees everywhere, and then I saw this track and thought, well, you must be able to. So it was just a case of trying it, and obviously you can. Now the river here is very, very shallow. If I jump out and quickly show you, look, you can see the water bed already. So whether you can get any water out of that, I'm not sure, but there is a couple of nice little sort of lakes that we'll see later, which I'm guessing you will be able to get water from those. So we've got a few houses, more people. We need to go here, which is a main sort of road. I don't think we're going to see any traffic, guys, if I'm honest. And then on the left here, we've got our first sale point. And this is the farm shop sale point. It's actually the Le Jardin de Vermeer from Haute Belleron. It's got a lot of things from Haute Belleron on here. This is where you're going to tip in your crops, your grains, and then we've got a separate sale point round the back for your produce like lettuce, strawberries, tomatoes, etc. Like so. Look at all this people. Loads of people. Right, moving on from there. We've got a little bit of a drive, so we need to go left here. There's cool little features like the boats moored up there. Oh, this is quite funny, this bit. I quite like this driving in through here though. It's a little bit bumpy and you sort of drop down into the sort of water level and then back up. Some of it, and I don't want to be, you know, disrespectful, because I've said it many times on my map tours, I wouldn't even know where to start on making a map, but obviously I like to give you guys an honest review, because at the end of the day that's what I'm doing. It's not just a tour, it's a review of the map, and I know that's only my personal opinion, but some of it is a little bit plain on here, a little bit bland, but there is at the same time some nice little features. I've drove out here just to show you sort of some of the areas. So this one is pretty flat actually. I was quite impressed with that one. So we're now down here. So this area you could buy for 227,000. So yeah, pretty flat down here. Let's get back onto the track, because where are we? There we are. We're going to go to that little area that you can buy down on the bottom right hand corner, which I said I wouldn't mention anything about. We'll drive up there. It's very bumpy up here as well. Whoa, as you can see. Spinning out. Now, I probably won't drive all the way down there. I think we'll jump out and we'll just have a look down. But if you follow that round, it goes all the way down, look. And then round and into there. So there's a little bit of water there as well. All of that, guys, is lime. Quite a lot. So we are down here. So you will need to buy that plot of land. It's only 15,707 though. If you want to use that lime, if you want to work it, use it on your fields. So you will definitely need to buy this plot to use that. I did test it come down here with a wheel loader, it wouldn't do anything until I bought the plot of land. But there is a lot of lime there. So let's turn round. Quite like that though, it's a nice idea. And in the area we're going to next, if you don't really want to buy that lime mine, I guess it is, there is an area down here where you can actually buy the lime. But which is going to work out cheaper in the long run. Anyway, into this area, we have got the debris crusher there as your sell point. We drive round the back. And then in under here, we've got a lime buy point. See, I quite like what they've done there. They've taken the sort of standard model lime buy station, stuck it there and put the building over the top, so it's like you're driving in. That's not a bad touch that they've done that. Quite cool. Right, this is going to be the first point where I think I'm going to kind of cheat and cut across, because we are now here. Otherwise we want to get over to here. I don't really want to go all the way out like that and cut, but what we'll do is we'll drive across there. That then allows you to see some of this area, a little bit of this forest area, and we will drive out the proper way, so at least you get to see the in and out. That's the fuel station we've already done. What I do need to be careful of is flipping this pickup, because that is what I did earlier, so I need to try and find a point where we can get down in safely. If I do flip over, I'm going to have to reset it. What I will say is they haven't made it easy for you on here to do this. They've got fences up around certain areas so you can't just cut across, and then when you can cut across, you've got steep banks like that where you're prone to either flip over or just, you know, get stuck. So this area is quite big. Just up there on the cliff face, that's the forestry area. So as you can see, it's not all flat land. We've got some rocks in the middle of this one, and then it dives down. So if you're one of the people that loves creating fields and sort of building up, you're a big fan of the sort of no man's land style maps, this is going to be quite good for you. Oh, I've missed my turning, haven't I? There we go, back there. Too busy talking. Just in here. Right, we will stop there. So we've got, like I said earlier, nice sort of lake area, so you're bound to be able to get water from there. I haven't tested it, but I would imagine so. We've got our Vale sale point just there. That's the animal dealer sale point, and then we've got our animal dealer at south. That's going to show all those animal pens because we start off owning them on the farm. Where's the pickup gone? We'll have a quick look at the map, show you what we've done. So obviously we did start over here. I run across to there, jumped up to the farm. We did a tour around of the farm, up through this track, down to the shop, and then we went all the way along this river bed and across here into the main sort of road, and then into this sale point, the farm shop, and then I went down through there, actually, wasn't it, this side of the river, all the way into the lime mine, I guess, down into here, then I cut across like so, and we are now here. We're going to drive up through this way, and we need to go across this bridge and into this area, and we're going to work our way up like that, and there and there. This sale point here is only got one way to get into it, and that is here. There's a little wooden rickety bridge there. You cannot access that. You'll see in a second when we're on this route here. You go under that bridge, so you cannot access that. The only way to get to it is by turning right about here, which I will mention that as we go round. And this is going to be a bit of an example of some of the tracks where you can see they're overgrown. So, and the annoying thing is you can't buy any of this land, so you can't kind of make the tracks a little bit better, clean them up, which is a bit of a shame, I think, because I think that's what it's kind of crying out for. I do get the sort of overgrown look and feel to it, but some of it's a little bit too much, I think. This isn't too bad, but you wait until we get up to that sawmill. So, as you can see, it's a little bit, isn't it? And just coming up, I took a wrong turn. I thought we could go up that way, but that just gets completely overgrown. So we need to go up this way and round this little lake here as well. There's another lake there. That one looks a little bit shallow. Oh, and then we're back out here. Loads of people again. And we're literally back at this point. That's where we started off at the very start, right by this blue sort of office building, I guess. And then we're going to go past the area with the fuel station and things like that. That's where you'll drive up to it, just there. We want to go left. So I'm guessing there is no traffic on here, guys. Now, on the right, just here, we've got the bakery. And then we've got two sell points right next to each other. We've got the pizzeria. And then next door to that is the supermarket sell point. We head on down this way. That is that placeable area I said about. So not too bad. Nice and flat. Could add something there quite easily. Need to head up this way, avoiding all these people. So yeah, if you take that road there, or track, that will lead you to the rickety bridge, which then allows you to access this sell point through there. Otherwise you cannot get to that, or at least I couldn't see that you could. So yeah, we came out here round the back of there. Bakery, pizzeria and supermarket. We're now here. That's that placeable area. So on this route, I'm just trying to remember that if this is, yeah, this is the way to go. So the building in front of us, we can see, we'll head there first, and that is the biomass heating plant, where you can sell your wood and straw, things like that. Let's, I probably could have gone that way actually, couldn't I? Yeah. Head this way, and then up round here. This is our sort of first production area. So we've got a weigh station just there, which does work. And this area is probably gonna relate to what I said, where it's a little bit sort of bland, and I don't mean that horribly, I was just being honest. We've got a little shed there, so as you can see, it's all the same texture on the ground. There's no sort of little bits of mud or scuff marks or anything like that. It's just a big area where they've plonked down a few of the production chains. Anyway, carpentry's just there. We've got spinnery just there. Tailor shop. You can also change your clothes there if you're not aware of that, by the exclamation mark. And then we have the cereal factory at the end. So that is that one production area. We go that way, yeah, and up there we've got another weigh bridge station, and then we've got another little shed there. Again, same sort of thing. It's quite an open, not really much anything else going on here. It's no decoration down or things like that. We've got the grain mill just there, the grape processing unit, then we've got the oil mill, and then the sugar mill just there, and then last but not least we've got the dairy. So that's your two sort of main production areas. And now we're going to head to the sawmill. Just need to actually get my bearings where we are. So we are there. Right. This is where the fun starts. It's that way, isn't it? Is it that way? I think so. Getting confused now. No, it's not that way. See? It's not very obvious, is it, where you've got to go? So I need to go back to this point. Yes, here. Now, right, hang on a sec. Where am I? Tell you what, forget what I've said. Oh dear, nightmare. I was on the right track. I've doubted myself. Apologies, guys. I thought that wasn't it, but it must be that. Here we go, we're on the right bit now. Right, this is it. This is it. So you best off just following this fence line, to be honest with you, but this is the road up to the sawmill. I mean, you've still got the fence on your left hand side, you can just about see, but look at the bushes. So you can just make out the dirt on the ground. I mean, I don't know if it was supposed to be left like that, but it's a little bit too much, I think. But anyway, there's your sawmill. You sell your wood, standard affair. Buy it as a production point, and then you've got your wood chip point like that. That's the only way in and out of the sawmill. So yeah, apologies for losing my bearings there, but you can kind of see how that would happen. I'm doing it again now. No, we need to go out the way we came in. Yes. So it's here somewhere. Just about to see the tyre tracks. There's the fence. Oh, we could probably go up there. There we go. And now we're on a pretty reasonable path track. Oh dear. What an effort that was. And then we are just about to go under this rickety wooden bridge. So what I'm going to do is go up into landscaping mode to show you that. So if I follow this road back to where I said you need to turn right, which is just here at this point, because there's your productions, the first lot, the carpentry, etc. So you'd need to follow that road all the way up here. I thought it'd be easier to do this because I can't actually see any other way to get up there, but you would carry on. You can see the path track goes through, and then we're into this area, and that is your GCHB grain elevator. So it's going to be kind of like a main sale point, but you can see there's no other way in or out of there, and it's not like you can sort of landscape through here if you own this plot of land and make a decent track, because you cannot buy any of this anywhere near it. So just something to point out there. And we've got one place left to visit, and that's a production point. That is the cheese factory. I mean, I quite like the way the land isn't all completely flat. And you can see there is some tracks laid out here already, so whether that sort of determines the sort of shapes of your field, where you're going to put your fields, You don't have to keep this track, you can plough that through if you like. Now, need to follow this round. More sort of overgrown areas. It's not too bad actually. And I think a left coming up, there we go. Just there. So that area to our right looks quite nice. And there is the cheese factory, which has got quite a nice texture. That's a lot better, I think, which is a bit of a shame because that's not available on the build mode landscaping. But there's your cheese factory. That is the map. I think we last sort of done a recap just here. So we went along this track, all the way along there, biomass heating plant, up into this production, up into this one. Got completely kerfuddled here and ended up coming back into the sawmill, and then all the way along. I showed you that bit in landscaping mode, and then we went across like that, and in there. That is the map. That is Araguaia, I think, Araguaia Valley Map by AraguaiaGames. We got there. Hope you stayed with me, and I hope you have all enjoyed the map tour. If you have, please give us a like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, then please do, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.